Jack, I'm going to say good morning. Do I have the correct
Yeah.
time zone right there?
Is it morning? It's afternoon.
Oh, okay. So we're the ones who have to get up early. Got it. Well, how's your day going aside from, talking about yourself endlessly to media people?
Oh man, it's freaking disgusting. I hate talking about myself, but it's a necessary evil, I guess, right?
Sure. So Bang is the latest movie, and we're going to come back to that statement in a little bit. But when did you actually film Bang?
Shit, man. I want to say at the end of COVID.
Oh, okay. So being William Bang was a couple of years ago. Do you remember if a
Yeah,
lot
was
of
it
prep was needed for this role?
as far as prep, like physical prep or actor prep or any
I'm going to
prep?
say both because obviously some actors don't have firearms training. They're
Yeah,
not in shape, and that's
right.
on top of learning lines.
No, no, I came pretty well equipped. It happened to be a good time for me because it was the tail end of COVID where we were locked down.
Hmm.
So I was just, I made these flower pots made of cement as dumbbells because we couldn't go to the gym. And I was just getting freaking in stellar shape. There was nothing else to do. So thankfully, I got into some pretty good shape. And and genetically, I'm a pretty big guy, I guess.
Hmm.
So it worked out pretty well. But and I have some firearms training. I was in the Marines for a bit, and I've been doing these action films, and so it was a pretty good fit.
Where was the film actually made? I can't tell just from watching it.
Bangkok.
Wow. Okay. You never know these days. There's so much in New Mexico and Louisiana and Bulgaria, etc. Had you spent time in Thailand before landing this role?
Dude, Louisiana, Bulgaria is like that's the place. I'm always in Louisiana, Bulgaria, and Bangkok. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there twice in Thailand and Bangkok. I love it.
Was jet lag figured into production because time zones and hey, the food's going to be different, so you can't keep up your diet like normal over there?
It's funny you say that because I'm in Hungary now and I'm jet lagged as hell. And I never dealt with jet lag before. For some reason in Thailand, it wasn't as bad as here. I don't know if it's because it's just further enough where it
Hmm.
kind of complements your circadian rhythm. I don't know. This is not my expertise, but it wasn't too bad. Plus, it was just like it wasn't a bells and whistle production, meaning we didn't have all the money in the world, so
Right.
you have to just get in and do it. So there wasn't much time or feelings to complain. You just have to get down and dirty. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Great
So
cast, yourself included. Peter, wow, what a legend right
yeah,
there.
Peter
Had you
Weller.
known
Yeah,
Peter before this film?
no, no, but I got to know him on set.
Do you get to ask RoboCop questions, or you just keep that to yourself?
No, he will tell you, and you will listen.
I think that RoboCop is actually amazing because it just seemed like fantasy back in the day, but now it seems like it's theoretically something possible that could happen. Am I wrong about that?
RoboCop, you mean?
Yeah.
You know what? That's funny you say that because yeah, I can see that. I can see that. We kind of I don't know if when's the last time we've seen a RoboCop? I don't think that was revived, was it?
They did some kind of a
Oh, they did
reboot. I
with
didn't,
Joe Kinnaman. That's right. Yeah, yeah. But it's been a while. Yeah.
but where I'm going with that is, we didn't have drones delivering packages when we were
Right.
kids.
Right. 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 No, we didn't. Yeah.
There weren't, there weren't security guards that were, robots at supermarkets when we were kids either.
You don't
So,
have some competition, right?
exactly. So, Peter, I'm taking is one of those very knowledgeable actors who'll give
He is.
advice. But had you known anyone from the cast before landing the role?
Let me think. Yeah, my buddy Paul Mann, who I brought on because he was an Army Ranger specialist, and I just he's a good friend, and I said, "Hey, man, there might be a part here for you," and which liked him. So other than that, no, I didn't know anyone.
Gotcha.
I love working with Peter, man. He's a well of knowledge and stories and cigars and good fun.
You did smoke cigars on camera within the film, so I'm glad to hear that was off camera too.
Oh yeah, it was on and off.
There, there you go. So I mentioned, hey, this is your new movie, but not necessarily because they just announced The Pickup, which is an incredible cast as well. So I'm taking it that The Pickup was made 2, 3 years after Bang.
Oh man, yeah, that was made. I'm so bad with time, man, because I don't know, just not very good with time. But that was I want to say a year and a half ago, two maybe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was fun.
So that's another film where we see you being tough, although a little more comedic
Yeah,
in the
yes,
Pickup. So
yeah,
going back to your whole history with everything, I know about the conservatory like studying studies that
yeah.
you had in London. Was the goal all along to be doing more action-oriented work?
No, not at all. When I sort of fell in love with this career or acting, it was quite the opposite. I was into theater and really obscure cinema, art house films, and
Wow.
wearing mustard colored pants and messy hair. I thought I was going to be, I don't know what, then, but life takes you in different directions. I'm also, I guess I'm athletic. So it's just funny what you think you're going to do and what happens, you know. But I think I can do both pretty well. So we'll see.
Was there musical theater training in that?
No, that's one thing I don't do.
Because the name of the school has music in there, so I was going to find out whether or not you were a secret music theater kid.
No, I'm not. I actually got kicked out of that school, but it's
Really?
because
Sorry to bring up that sore subject, but
oh, it's not sore. It's just in the past. It's fine. It worked out.
when things work out, do you send all of your updates back to them to get the apology?
No, I'm banned. They built a wall that won't let me in. They've got, guys with rifles on the, roof, and they're waiting for me.
And
Not
so
allowed.
you also called out before the military background that you had.
Mhm.
I'm assuming based on all the places that you lived around the world that you grew up in a military family as well?
No, that's another error. I was in the Marines. I didn't. No one was in the family. I mean, what was that? That's my laundry. I was in the Marines. No one else. I don't know where people get these facts on Wikipedia from. I know my buddy. He's an actor too. He was like, "Man, they got me listed as being born in Morocco. I've never even been to Morocco." It's like it's interesting. So we're just clarifying some stuff here.
Anything else that we can clarify from Wikipedia is wrong? The whole disco roller skating thing. No, I made that part
No,
up.
that's real.
But you were born in New York, is that correct?
I was born actually in Poland, and I came to New York when I was 3.
Wow, where in New York did you live?
Queens, mostly Queens and Brooklyn, and a little bit of I bounced around a lot, but yeah, mostly the boroughs. Yep.
When you say Queens, you have to be a little more specific because people have to be proud of their neighborhoods, right?
I guess, man, but I lived in so many different neighborhoods that I don't really have an affinity with all that stuff, and now I live in Detroit, so it doesn't really matter.
Wow, where RoboCop was
Oh,
serving
really?
justice.
Oh, he
Was
was. I don't know that.
what made you move to Detroit? I'm curious about that because nowadays, tons of filming, tons of music superstars living there. The pizza's revolutionary. There's restaurants, but Detroit was kind of a no man's land for a lot of years.
That's what I hear. I mean, I've only been there for 7 years now. I've got wife and kids. So, my wife is from there. So, when I was working and traveling, she wanted to be close to her family. So that seemed like the most logical move. Wasn't sure about it at first, but now I grew to love it.
Good to hear that. Have you seen the show Detroiters?
No.
Highly recommended. It's a Tim Robinson, Sam Richardson thing that got dropped after 2 seasons, but it's about them living in Detroit. Comedy Central had it. But back to you. The last two questions before I let you go, Jack. I mentioned the pickup, and then there's Bang, which is new and
Right.
why we were talking. Are there other projects we're allowed to know about?
Gosh, let me think.
And
I'm
it's
really
okay if the answer is no, they're all under embargo. Follow me on Instagram. Don't be lazy.
No, I don't really use social media like that. I'm an outdoors kind of fisherman guy. I keep to myself. I'm not really a big self promoter, honestly.
Hmm.
I just I'm on a great TV show now that we just started for Apple with Jamie Dorman and Anthony Mackie. That's going to be on Apple TV. So That's
Wow.
what we're shooting. Yeah.
Looking forward to that. And then the last question kind of ties into something that you just said. You're one of those actors where all we really know is here's the roles.
Yeah.
What is the main passion? And it sounds like it's family, fishing, outdoors, but is there something else beyond that, beyond the roller skating, disco style?
Dude, it's roller skating, disco style, salmon, trout, family, kids, and a little bit of acting.
Got it. So there's no side hustle. There's no
Oh, there's always a side hustle, but that's gonna be a side hustle. We're just gonna leave it as side hustle.
well, then I'll ask a follow-up, then I'll let you go. Writing, directing, producing aspirations, is that
Yeah,
something else that's
for
on the
sure.
table?
Yes, producing definitely. Over the years, you get to know so many directors, writers, producers, just people in the world where kind of inevitable, I guess. Maybe not for all actors, but in my case, definitely want to see. Oh, I'd love to see this kind of film, or this story would make a great film, and definitely I'm getting into that as we speak. So yeah,
Glad to hear that. Well, congrats on Bang. Maybe see
thank
you
you.
on the pickup junket later this month. And in the meantime,
Sure.
just keep up the great work, Jack.
Hey, Darren, I appreciate you taking the time, man.
Paltrocast.